Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about, you guessed it, buying a home. These are first-time homebuyer hopes and dreams that are completely delusional today, and I mean delusional. And I do hear from people saying, wow, what's going on with the market? Am I ever going to get a house? I will say this, you can get a house, but it's going to take work. You're going to have to stay positive. You're going to have to stay in the game. The only way you're going to get a house today is to just be persistent. Persistent is a great word, persistence, and it's something that you really need to do today, especially in this hot sellers market. So with that, let's take a look and see what we've got. Okay, so some people believe that your dream home will have everything that you want. Bzzz. No, it will not have everything that you want. Let's use an analogy, shall we? You might have dated somebody, or you might be married or in a relationship with somebody. Did that person have absolutely everything that you were looking for? No. So I think there's, some people are thinking, well, I'll give up good to get to great. Don't do it. If there's something that you have to have, let's say like a swimming pool, then yeah, I wouldn't give that up. But if the kitchen is painted a little bit off color that you want, paint is super easy to change. So, it's not going to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. And I've said this before, even if you build your own home with your own blueprint, your own plans, everything that you wanted, it's hard to take into consideration what that will really look like once you're living in it. So even when you do that, it's not going to be perfect. It's just not. There's no such thing as perfect except right here in our imagination, honestly. So just learn to deal with it, figure out what you can live with. But if you are trying to get to perfect, you are never, ever going to find a home. I can guarantee that. I have seen or worked with a lot of clients that finally just had to give up, and it really was because I think they could have made it work, but I think in their head, they really weren't wanting to buy at that time. So, sometimes you have to just let that fish go. And so let's just keep that in mind. There's no such thing as perfection. So just get that out of your head right now. You are not going to find the perfect home. There's always going to be something about it that you're just not going to like. The next one is, to me, you need a plan. You want to buy a house, right? So there are certain things you have to do. We'll call it get your ducks in a row before you do that. And one of the myths, or one of the things that will make you completely delusional in today's market, is thinking that there's time to find a mortgage after you find the house. Lenders are super busy right now because so many people want to buy a house. So I wouldn't want you to put that off. That should be the first thing. And in fact, I have said this before in other videos, a lot of realtors, including me, I'm not going to spend time, especially in this marketplace, taking somebody around to see homes if they haven't met with a lender to find out where do they stand. Maybe they don't even qualify for a loan. I don't know. That's not my area of expertise. So they need to come to me with a pre-approval or pre-qualification. You can see another video that I had done before that talks about the difference between those. But you can't wait till you find the house and then go meet the lender and get all of that, because it's going to take a while. They need certain documents and you're going to have to come up with all of that. So don't wait. If you are in the market to buy a home, you need to find a lender and you need to start that process so that we can get that going. So keep that in mind, get that done, find your realtor and then find a lender. And I've talked about this before. You might want to, in my opinion, interview 3 and get the different rates, make sure that you can work with them. Another delusional thought is that you, as a buyer, can handle the home buying process on your own. Again, no, you cannot. Do you know how many pages there are to the contract? And somebody's got to, walk you through all that. There's a lot of moving parts to that process. So the fact that you think you can do it on your own is probably only going to get you in trouble. I mean, what's the first thing you would do when you're buying a home besides finding the home that you want to make an offer on? Then what? Tell me. It's a quiz. Pretend that we're taking a quiz right now. What's the next step? Crickets, right? You don't have any idea. You're not trained to know that. So that is definitely delusional, the fact that you think you can do that on your own. You know, how many days do you have to do the inspection? Still waiting. You don't know. You know, realtors go to school. We take a lot of classes after the fact. After we get our license, we're always learning. It's kind of like a doctor. They call it practicing medicine. It's also practicing real estate, because, you know, we're always practicing. We're getting better. We're honing our skills. Those of us that are in this job for the long term. So definitely don't think that you can do that, because no, you cannot. It's very, there's a lot of moving parts. You're delusional if you think the seller is going to fix any and all items or issues that come up on the inspection. That is not going to happen. That doesn't even happen when there isn't that much demand. That I have not seen that happen. There's a negotiation, there's a back and forth. Hey, I don't want to do this. Hey, I'm okay with doing this. But everything that's on that list, items that the inspector comes up with, they're not going to fix. I mean, there's a lot of things on those, even in a really nice house that's been well maintained. There could be 10, 20 items. So you're gonna have to pick the ones that are deal breakers for you. And I always tell my clients, pick the top 3 or 4 that you just can't live with, that if they would not fix them, you're okay walking away. But in this hot market, they're just not gonna fix a ton of items on that list. So definitely keep that in mind. You're not gonna get everything that you want. And even if you did, would you really be happy? Maybe, maybe not, but you're not gonna get everything that you want repaired. So, think accordingly and pick the things that mean the most to you. On this list, I think this is my favorite one, and that is the asking price, or the list price, is probably what you will pay. That is hysterical. That just makes me laugh like no other. Some of these people are buying houses without even, which I definitely remember, Lisa told you, I do not recommend this, without even seeing the home. That's not good. But I don't know where all this money is coming from, honestly, but they are offering well over asking in most occasions, even in the rental market. Not that they're paying more, because that doesn't happen, but you'll get so many people applying even for rentals these days. So you're probably not going to get it at whatever the list price is. It's probably going to go well north of that. So you heard it here, probably not first, but be prepared that that price. And let me say this, I have a client right now where their budget is X dollars. And so they sent me a home that was right at that top budget. There's little point in looking at that house, because the seller is going to get more than that price. And if that's your top budget, you shouldn't even look at that. You should look not well below that, but below that, because then that gives you some room to perhaps bid over the asking price. So keep that in mind. That's another great tip. And then another thing that makes some buyers delusional is, you know what? Forget this. I don't need this hassle. I'll just build my own home. Okay, do you know how much lumber costs right now? Have you ever gone through and had somebody drop a blueprint for you? It's expensive. So by the time you get all of that done, you're well into it. Now, on top of that, you still have to find the lot to put the home on, right? So you're still having to buy that and put in offers on that, and then hopefully getting your offer to be the one that is picked. All of that's got to happen. The time finding the labor right now to build the home for you is going to take a while. And then guess what? Even once you've planned out everything and you've got your floor plan and your blueprints and you've drawn out the perfect home for yourself, once it's all built, there's still going to be things that you're like, man, I wish I wouldn't have done that. So that just does not sound like very much fun to me. Maybe it is to you, but know this going in, that is also kind of a fallacy, that, you know what, I'll just build it myself. You're still going to have probably just as many headaches. They're just going to be different headaches. So definitely keep that in mind as well, because I just don't want you to have headaches, or I want you to have as few headaches as possible during the home buying process. All right, so in closing, we talked about the things that will make you delusional. One is your dream home will have everything you want. It will not. It just will not. Just like your spouse or partner does not have everything that you want, and you learn to live with it. There's time to find a mortgage after you find the perfect home for yourself. Nope, not going to happen. I highly recommend getting that part done as early in the process as possible. You can handle the home buying process yourself. Nope, too hard, too difficult. Why would you want to anyway? Unless that's your area of expertise and you're a realtor, why would you want to? Just let somebody else handle that who is the expert in the field. The seller will fix any issues that come up on the inspection report. Nope, not going to do it. Not even close. There will be many on there, figure out what hill you're willing to die on as far as the items that you want fixed, and just make that list as small as absolutely possible. The asking price is probably what you'll pay. No, wrong. That is so wrong. And can't find the right house? Just build it yourself. These are all things that will make a buyer delusional in this market. Now, maybe in another market, these things would be, if this were completely reversed and it was a complete buyer's market, perhaps some of these might be true. But in this market, the way it is right now, these are not true items. So if you have any questions or there's anything I can help you with, just let me know. I'm always here. Just shoot me a question below, and please subscribe to my channel. Looking forward to the next time. Thanks so much.